controlling team fights as expected from Geekfam.
Yeah, the Filipino in me is looking at the draft right now of Geekfam and liking it a little bit more. We barely see Lancelots in the Philippines for a reason. Up against a team that has a Filipino roamer leading the charge. And I know he's been here in Indonesia since season 10, okay? I understand. But you can't escape the Pinoy playstyle.
The chip as well, man. I really like the chip for Evos Glory. I like that at this point in game number 2, it seems like they just want that early game. They've been a team that have been able to utilize both early and late game, but now it's all on that early game once again, just like in game 1, but it is even riskier.
Will the people's champion, the heroes, escape
5 seconds
the
till
pits
the
of
enemy
hell,
reaches
or will
the
Geekfam secure
Smash
the
them.
2-0? Back we go to the line of dawn in Geekfam against Evos.
Welcome
Let's
to
see, Land of Dawn.
Legends.
Evos Glory should break the momentum here and now. Meanwhile, Geekfam, they're comfortable, but their job is not done.
So initially, as we get into the game, as we want to talk about the drafts even deeper, we get to the point where CC, again, has been the keys to victory, has been the main factor as to how Evos Glory are able to take their games. Look at their composition now. They lack a whole lot of CC, right? The X-Borg, no CC. It's Dreams and Clocken. That's the 2 CCs, and it's not even like big game-changing CCs that they've been able to utilize on the Minotaur, the Tig, the Edith, Master Assassin still for Chidera and Brands.
That's my question then. How do they really create this big engage towards Geekfam? Will they be banking on a clutch IMU, or will they have something else in their pocket?
I think it's a mix of both, honestly. They want to use that IMU to steal away these Netherrealms, this Minotaur as well, with that Minion's Fury, but mainly how they're going to be able to look for these pickoffs is through that chip, that map control of his, where he can rotate across the map very, very fast, teleport, put that shortcut down, and then overwhelm Geekfam with damage. It's kind of like what Geekfam were doing to them with that Masha, with that composition earlier, but they had CC. That's the difference now. For Evos, they're just poking Geekfam.
Pokes are in the name of the game for Evos Glory, but they have to be weathering the first few minutes because from the looks of it, Geekfam, they do also have that strong skirmishing power. When this Yuzong is online, the BDF can always ensure that you have a great opening, especially when you also have Beloyski with the Minotaur. That, you know, knock-ups will be insane for Evos to handle.
Claw is already annoying earlier in game number 1 without the sprint. Now with the sprint, especially up against a Lancelot, the Cloud's already really, really good at dodging away from the Lancelot assassination. Geekfam looks like they are down a level to Claw and Fluffy.
Yeah, Clocken already level 4, and a boy still looking for that timing to pop that Netherrealm, perhaps assist them to collect that turtle. But no, it seems like both teams are taking their time here in that first mute take.
They will re-engage soon, I think, because this turtle will be very, very important, especially in the early stages of the game. But Beloyski just being shadowed by Dreams, so Dreams just playing close proximity, but an Annabelle.
Cloud control, oh, good puncture. But Minion Fury actually connecting onto his Cloud, no fall of damage though. Now take a look at Brands and Dreams, they collapse onto his Beloy. He will fall first in this game, and Fluffy here will have some of Pirag armor, but that's 1 for all.
I understand what Geekfam were doing there. They didn't want to go for the turtle because they have an overwhelming advantage in the neutral objectives. But what Evos have is a very mobile, fast-clearing jungler. So they want to deny that off of him, that clear speed. But it has only given Evos a chance.
Oh, neutral objective. Oh, it's messy. Clocken gets it. Luke very low, looking for an escape. Oh, Clocken secures that kill. Fluffy still survives. Beloyski now in the fray, but will not do business. It's again a favorable trade towards the White Tigers.
Clocken with the clutch plays. The fangs are dull, but the claws are still sharp enough to be able to carry that fight and win the neutral contest against Geekfam. Evos now online.
Catastrophic for Geekfam in the early game. 2,000 gold lead. Remember what we were talking about in the draft, Evos Glory. It's basically game 1, but riskier. They are doubling down on the early game. The fact that they have almost a 2,000 gold lead in the first 3 minutes, now this has to raise concerns within the team of Geekfam. They need to be able to weather the storm, and technically they still have ways to do so. They have that Minion's Fury, very good disengage tool. They have a Netherrealm as well. So for Geekfam, it's all about slowing the tempo down, but for Evos, it's about how to find ways to dive, to force this pace, this incredible pace onto Geekfam. And Anavel's really doing a good job in that jungle matchup. This is why the Lancelot, technically this is why Nolan and Ling was banned. They didn't expect the Lancelot, does a very similar job though.
Yeah, that could really be the case. For Anavel, is just going to be very, very, volatile and just pushing towards Geekfam, running it down like the same that Luke did in the last game. But for Evos, I feel like they have everything in their hands. You're just playing the slow, and Dreams will have that shortcut to pop. So it will never be like a 2v2. It will just instantly become a 2v4. And when you have this Lancelot just flying into you, you have then maybe Clockhood with a clutch steal, with a clutch IMU. That could just turn the tables around for Geekfam. So Geekfam, they need to be on the lookout, especially for Luke.
Teams your Dreams though. Crash course. Just on towards your boy. Both teams just hovering around here looking for potential trades, but let's see here. The turtle fights. The second turtle fight. Geekfam, again, taking your time. Both actually, Evos Glory. Take a look at Lancelot moving top side. Klokun takes another realm. It seems again, both teams not committing on towards a big fight just yet.
They're not really interested in just running towards the skirmishes.
Wow.
I feel like they're just playing it safe because they know Geekfam do have that tool as well. But Chadera!
Oh, Anavel, sneaky one! They would thought Anavel would be around the turtle, but he went... What?
Anavel!
The shortcuts! Retribution connects, Evos Glory secures it. Now Geekfam, they are running for the hills. Take a look at Luke, soaking damage, taken down. Evos Glory, poetry in motion.
Perfectly done, perfectly executed. That ultimate of Anavel might as well be the perfect execution, because that's what they were able to do. My goodness, that was masterful. Playing around the turtle, knowing that Geekfam will not be able to force this, with Evos having such a big lead at the start, and the forced error was just so... Oh my god, that was a nerdgasm for sure for Mirko, man. I was already like shaking my head during that play because it was just so good. They knew that they had a teleport. They knew that Geekfam cannot force the turtle, and they knew that if they kept on posturing aggressively, Geekfam would think that the Lancelot is around them. Yeah. They would completely forget that this Lancelot can take the shortcut. So can Brands. They get rid of Chadera, and then it's a man advantage, 5v4 on top of the big level lead that Anavel has. And he got the turtle. I don't know how he got the turtle, but he got the turtle. He was already ahead, but my god. Wow, Evos.
It felt like Anavel was playing Ling, the way that he was able to kill Chadera up top and then he just sprinted down bottom. But it's all, of course, due to the fact that they have the shortcut and he was keeping it for that clutch moment to win the turtle battle. And now up 4-0 in the kills department. Now Geekfam, how do they respond towards Evos' aggression?
Well, it's back again to that forcing of slow tempo, but it's tough for Geekfam, because the thing is, even if they try to force that forced tempo, they go and clear out these side lanes, they give Chadera and a boy some space to farm. Evos are completely fine now, just with that 5,000 gold lead as well. If both equally scale up to the 10th minute with this gold lead still being in favor of Evos, Evos will reach their mid-game power spike way faster than Geekfam will reach their power spike, and that'll end up with Evos being able to control the map even more. Remember, this is a chip. This is not a normal snowballing game. This is an Evos Glory full double down on an early game with a chip. The snowball might be a bit too tough for Geekfam to handle, but again, Geekfam, we've seen them pull off crazy miracle comebacks, and it will be the same here. They will need to do that. They need to find a miracle.
Yes. All three. Last turtle here, right? 5,000 gold lead. Perfect turtle for Evos Glory's side. And Geekfam, for now, they know they will not take unnecessary fights. Let's just wait it out. It's a 6,000 gold lead, mind you, in 8 minutes. So yeah, things are not looking good here for Geekfam. But they know they're ready. They will farm, especially for Chadera. 3 items, maybe then they will be ready to fight.
At this stage of the game, they don't really have the capability to fight back and just out-skirmish Evos in a 5v5 or even a 3v3. But what are the timers of Geekfam? What are they waiting for, Miracle?
Chidera for his 3-item power spike. Dreams.
The shortcut as well. That's a good start onto Chidera.
Chidera!
Blazing Duet BMI will save his life, but the turret will fall. Annabelle almost catching a body, but Bloisky will fall. Now taking to the backside, it's actually Black Dragon form trying to distract, but 2 members are already down, and they will add 1 more. 3 members out.
They either slow it down or try to match that fast pace, but if you do, the odds are against your favor. Evos, Annabelle is online, 14, 4 levels ahead of Ray.
Yikes.
Annabelle is just rolling with the snowbally lead that he has. He's just out jungling Ray, especially as a Lancelot. He's just playing it so swimmingly. Now for Evos, they have all the advantages that they need to close out. I mean, they have the side lanes pushing up. Chidera is forced to answer and address the lanes pushing towards him, and you also have Fluffy just in the side lanes constantly pressuring you. So Geekfam, they're split up. They either want to fight back or they just want to try to allocate the side laners to clear up the waves up top and down bottom.
I mean, allocating the gold towards the Claude has been what they were trying to do the whole time, right? But at this point, I think they might just have to sacrifice these tier 2 so that they can actually get the farm that they need. If the tier 2 still are up, Geekfam can actually just play in the enemy jungle, force these sandwich plays. By the way, Annabelle is level 15 at the 10th minute of the game. This is an MPL ID Season 7 throwback, kind of, from the assassins, the marksmen in the jungle, from being able to farm up to level 15 at 10 minutes. So, yeah, this snowball is getting out of control. They're almost beating the clock with that gold lead, 9.5 in 10 minutes. That'll mean that Geekfam are going to be placed in a very similar position that they were able to force Evos on in Game 1. It's all about waiting for a mistake at this point because this control is overwhelming.
Yeah, just like what Mirko mentioned, deja vu of game number 1. Back then it was Evos waiting for a mistake to happen. Now it's Geekfam on their knees looking for something that they can leverage. But Evos, it looks like they're playing a flawless game. They're able to just allocate the neutral objectives, they win it out, they fight systematically and using their ultimates in a way that it will be so advantageous towards them. This shortcut has been very clutch for Dreams to just help and, you know, have teammates corral behind him, try to look for a fight, and it's just going well for Evos Glory. Dreams though.
Let's see here, looking for an engage, perhaps looking for information. Geekfam still killless, and Evos Glory still deathless. Lord is marching bottom side. And also do know that earlier on, we talked about, Reptar talked about Chip being left open, and now take a look at the value that Evos Glory is giving. Now Dreams though with an engage, potentially Chidera still holding on, dealing damage. But Geekfam, this is the first Lord. I'm sure they will take care of this first Lord, no problem. Luke is looking for an engage. Oh, Annabelle jumps in. This might be almost a mistake there. And Geekfam still holds their ground.
Fleet footwork from Annabelle is just bouncing left and right. Luke!
Oh my, the damage is enough! Annabelle, what the heck? That is an assassin's job. Now Geekfam, they will lose a member on this defense. Evos Glory, they will eye for that mid turret. Annabelle jumps back in. Will they have enough firepower to defend this mid turret? Oh, that's a mistake! Winner's Crunch in here from Clock. Take a look at the Nether Realm. Geekfam looking for the kill. Round 6 turret top side, but Annabelle finds a killing spree. Geekfam lost another member. Annabelle looking for the backside. Finds a boy to claim the double.
Annabelle with the confidence. Baloyski jumping in though.
A mistake, no immortality for this guy, but he still survives. Geekfam still holding on for 2 turrets.
What was more impressive? Geekfam still finding a way to defend that, or Annabelle just styling on him? I can't decide. Both teams played so well. There was one loophole before the team fight that I was about to talk about, right? For Evos, I noticed that for Clockon, he's actually going for a very defensive build. It's too defensive for how ahead they are. He went for the Bloodwings, the NOD, and the Winter Truncheon. You'd expect on the Valentina you would want to go for extra damage here, especially considering most of your damage will be physical, right? But because Clockon went for this safer, more utility-based build, you can see definitely that they were lacking a little bit of that magic damage when Annabelle, Brands, and Fluffy try to go in to deal damage. Geekfam were actually able to withstand that because they rushed a lot of these physical defense items like the anti-Cuirass all the way straight up from the get-go. We have a game fact though.
Game fact by GoPay, Chidera becomes the player with the most squad picks 70 times in MPL ID Season 13 with the highest win rate as well. So yeah, Chidera has been with his power pick, with his comfortable pick in the first 2 games, but this time, not in this game. This game, he hasn't really been able to find the angle. Sure, he had a few blazing duets, but a jump in though.
Fluffy wants to pull the trigger here, realizing that, oh, take a look at Bolorski. Now you see him, now you're going again. Annabelle claims their double. Now with a shortcut, perhaps he might looking for the third member, and Annabelle collects the third. Franz now on the other side. Brad finds one, and Luke, one man standing dragon against 5 White Tigers. Overwhelmed, and Evos Glory will find glory in game number 2. With this, the series stands to 1-1.
The White Tigers claw back, and they bite back the villains. The villains flawless no more, as Evos Glory take game number 2. We're all still tied up 1-1.
1-1, an equalizer.